Hi, my name is Robin Elander, and I'm the Operations Director for the Soul Summit, and I'm here with Dr. Minette Riordan, best-selling author of The Artful Marketer, as well as CEO and founder of the Path to Profit Academy. And she actually lives here in Santa Barbara with me as well. Not with me in my house, but in Santa Barbara.
I can come over and hang out, though.
I know, we need to do that. Tell me a little bit about your business. You've recently moved to Santa Barbara, and tell us about your journey.
Yeah, thanks for asking, and thanks for taking time to connect with me today. I'm super excited to be speaking at the Soul Success Summit next spring.
I'm so excited.
And we've been here 6 years now. Time has flown by really quickly, and yet it still feels recent at the same time. It's kind of a interesting place to be. There's so many people in Santa Barbara that have been here for a really, really long time. I still feel like a newbie around town in a lot of ways. But when we moved here, it was an interesting time in our lives. I had previously owned a publishing company. I had a parenting magazine, put on big expos, grew that really big, but never made a lot of money, got totally burnt out and exhausted. And my husband was done with his job. It's like it was time for a change. And we knew that in order to make that change, it was going to have to be really like pulling us out by the roots, because where we were living in the Dallas, Texas area, it was beautiful. It was easy to live there. The cost of living was significantly lower, but there were some things that weren't so great about it that didn't serve us as a couple or how we wanted to be raising our kids, especially the weather. We couldn't be outside all the time, but it was really hard. Like I really understand how hard it is for people to think about making changes. We had been in the same house for 13 years, right? We had an amazing community of like mommy friends and business colleagues. So we moved here in June of 2012, and I didn't realize I was going to grieve so deeply. But that first 6 months was really challenging. So I didn't have my carpool moms. I didn't have my business networking communities. I didn't have any close girlfriends here. And I felt completely out of place for a little while. And I knew I wanted to start a new business, that I didn't want another parenting magazine. And I knew I wanted to be coaching, but I had no idea what that looked like, Robin. Like, I went down kind of all the avenues like so many of us do when we're new in business. I thought I was going to be a creativity coach. And then I'm like, oh no, I'm going to do relationship coaching. And I actually co-authored a book on repairing relationships with a colleague. And then people just started showing up.
And shut the door really quick. It's getting
sure.
Hi. Okay, sorry about that.
That's quite all right. And people started showing up saying, you're so good with business. We need your help with business. And I thought, I did the marketing. I did the deadline-driven push hustle for 11 years. I don't want to do that again. How can I make business fun? And I ended up really blending everything I love about being an artist and a writer and a creative into a business coaching system and process that works for creatives like me that are nonlinear thinkers, that love to be in flow most of the time and to kind of go with where our energy is leading us. But up here, we know we need some structure as well. And so that is where The Artful Marketer was born. That was published in 2015. And since then, we have gone on to literally work with hundreds of thousands of other creative women to help them build their businesses and to make sure they're making profit doing it. It's why our company is called Path to Profit Academy, because it's not worth it to put in the effort, the hustle, and the hard work if you don't have anything to show for it.
This is awesome. So what type of creatives are you working with?
So we have a huge variety in our community. We have a wonderful community called the Creative Business Accelerator. We have videographers, photographers, visual artists, painters, writers. We tend to attract a lot of writers, as well as coaches and healers. So I think it's the mindset that brings us together, of people who really see themselves as creative, nonlinear thinkers that know we need structure and support to grow our business.
Wow, we do need to connect some more. There's a lot of artists that I know that would love to chat with you.
Awesome.
That would be fantastic. And what type of message are you interested in sharing at this whole summit? Tell us a little bit about what you'll be speaking of.
Yeah, thanks. So the conversation that I've been really sitting with for this year is finding both the tension and the balance between structure and flow, because it's at the intersection of those two things that magic really happens in our business. And it's really about being able to manage our time so that our creativity is increased and that we get more of the right things done. What I see with most business owners is they're doing way too much. They're doing way too much of it by themselves. And what's really needed is the opportunity to focus in on what matters, to build in the opportunity for rest. One of the things, so my husband quit his job 3 years ago, and we've been working together for the past 3 years, which has been amazing. And one of the things we're really looking at is how can we manage our energy more than manage our time? Because when we manage our energy effectively, then that creative flow is accessible and it's there all the time, and we're not like stretching and leaning. And when we're not renewing our energy, then we don't have the insights that we need to write great marketing copy or to be completely present and grounded in a sales conversation with someone, right? It's like you can't put together a kick-ass proposal for someone if you're exhausted.
No kidding.
Yeah. And if you were up till 3 a.m, trying to finish a logo for somebody, right? So, you can't be in the energy and the creative space of taking someone's photo and doing amazing headshots for somebody, if that's your thing, if you're depleted yourself. And so it's really about managing all of that so that you're increasing productivity as well as just being at that maximum opportunity for developing creative flow.
Oh, I so love that. And I think that's such an important thing for really any business owner, but especially in the creative world, because you end up putting so much energy into what you're working on. Yeah. And there's so much heart into it that needs to be part of the whole process. Like it seems that just would just flow, but it really doesn't. You have to manage.
It doesn't. Yeah. And I think, what I've learned about myself in this journey is that in the beginning, we resist structure and we think that systems are going to box us in and that they're going to limit our creativity. But the truth is that one of the principles of creative design is that constraints increase creativity. And so when we look at structure and systems as a opportunity for just creative constraint, you're actually more creative, right? You're more in the moment. And so we can train ourselves to really show up from that energetic, creative space by allowing a little structure into our lives and a lot of flexibility as well.
Oh, that sounds like the perfect combination, that flexibility and the constraint to like create that structure. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, we are so excited to have you at the Soul Summit. And is there anything else before we hop off that you would like to share? What is your website? How can people find you?
Yeah, so pathtoprofitacademy.com is the website. I'm a total Facebook junkie, so don't be afraid to look me up and reach out to me personally on Facebook. Path to Profit Academy has a page. We also have a super fun group called Productivity for Creative Business Owners, where we teach a lot of this and talk about a lot of the conversations around structure and flow and how to make your planning more fun, because we resist planning. And the way to make planning fun is crayons, markers, sticky notes, gel pens. Like, bring what you know and love about your own creative practice to the process of planning so that you get it done, because planning will change your life. It's the thing I think that over my 17 years of being a business owner, the lesson I learned the hardest and that I keep learning is that I need a plan. And I think it was Dwight Eisenhower said that, plans are useless, but planning is indispensable, because it just gives us focus and it gives us, it's a roadmap. It gives us a direction to where we're going, and that direction might change, but at least we're not floundering and lost, right? That we have, we're pointing in a particular way that keeps us in action instead of in overwhelm.
Right. I totally agree with you. As an event planner, that is the key to get where you're going. Whether it changes along the way, you actually have a vision to follow and you know what to say yes and what to say no to. And otherwise it's like, ooh, everything's exciting.
Exactly. All those bright, shiny ideas.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, fantastic. And we're going to share a link in this video where you can share this. Anyone who uses this will get $100 off if they buy a ticket with Minette's name in it. You just lowercase Minette Riordan. We'll put that in the recap here. So thank you. We will see you very soon, and hopefully we can connect in advance of that.
Yes, I would love that. I look forward to it.
The beaches around here, so maybe we should take a walk with a coffee or something.
Beach walk with a coffee sounds like my ideal place.
Okay. Have a good
one. All right,
one.
it's a date. Thanks, Robin. Bye-bye.
Bye.